I got time, miss. Today I got time, miss. You lucky on that day I was acting cool, cuz. Nigga, what's up? How gangster are you, cuz? I don't fuck with you, cuz. You disrespecting me.
Whoop.
I don't fuck with you, cuz. You disrespecting me.
I go hard, cuz. Hey, everybody. I hope you guys are doing good today. Welcome. I cannot believe today is Wednesday. And I've been dropping a lot of content today. I've been, just been trying to catch up on everything. It's a lot to get into. I don't want to be on here too long because I got stuff to do, child. I got places to be and things to see and all types of shit. But I'm going to try and be on here as long as I can. I hope you guys are doing good today. Welcome. Come on in. So we have a lot to talk about. A lot of people are asking me about the whole interview. I have never heard of this lady before, Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. I wasn't familiar with her work until the two viral clips of her. One of her and Nick Cannon, and her talking about Nick Cannon and his baggage and situations, and then her basically clocking Cam Newton's tea. So I ended up watching the full Cam Newton interview, which is almost 2 hours, and it was a really good interview. Really good interview, but it left me really disliking Cam Newton, like even more. And, I've been a fan of his, like when he was in sports, I was a fan. I'm not a big fan of his podcast. I've watched like a few episodes of his podcast. It's okay. He's kind of over the top with his dressing style, but that's a whole nother video. But she really hit on some good points, and you could tell he was definitely feeling away. Also, with the Nick Cannon interview, she hit on a lot of good points as well. And so I want to go ahead and talk about that. So let me just go ahead and clip some stuff on my screen here. Give me just a second. Make sure I have everything up. Okay. So if you guys have not watched the full interview, it is really, really good. Like I said, it's about 2.5 hours, but I enjoyed how down to earth she was, how articulate she was. And she's made a lot of points that I've made on my channel over the years, especially concerning Nick Cannon. I didn't know that Cam Newton had all them kids, okay? I thought he had maybe 3 or 4. I didn't realize he was up to baby number 8, which is insane. But she really got on some real topics that are affecting the Black community and broken homes. I've said this time and time again about men like Nick Cannon. I don't give a damn how much money these men have. That is not the same as being in the household and waking up with those children, putting them to bed at night, taking care of them, being there for them. That is different. And it's too many people out here creating broken homes, okay? And so that was one of the things that she was like really taking time out to address that I respected. So let's start with the Nick Cannon clip here, and then we'll go into the Cam Newton. So give me just a second. Let me refresh my page. Nick is such a deviant. All right, let me share my screen here. All right. Let's do this one. All right, so let's go ahead and listen to Nick Cannon. Wait, y'all are saying y'all can't hear it? Why is it saying that? Okay, hold on. Because I was making sure that if it was muted, it wasn't echoing. Let me try it again, and because StreamYard, I emailed them to see what was going on with the sound issues. They're doing all these weird updates, and I hate it. It's like, just leave shit well enough alone. Because usually I'm muted so that way it's not echoing. Let me play a snippet. Let me know if it's echoing for you guys.
At times, have I been manipulative and prey on certain things just because I'm a man?
Right. But not all men do that. We don't want to blanket all men.
And
all men do not prey and manipulate. Not all men.
Okay, so is it echoing? Okay, so it didn't echo. So maybe they changed some stuff. I don't know. Because before, remember, I used to have to mute it because y'all be like, there's an echo. And now it muted it. But there, okay, so as long as there's no echo, I'll leave it unmuted. So sorry about that. I guess they changed the settings again. I need to find another streaming platform, chat. I'm so tired of StreamYard and their bullshit. But I already gave them my little $200 for the year. So we gonna write it out till that $200 is cashed out, okay? Then I'm gonna have to move on because this is too much. It's too much. We just want a smooth stream. Let me go here and refresh it. Give me just a second here.
Therefore, I have dealt with some people that balance me and are equally yoked. And at times, have I been manipulative and prey on certain things just because I'm a man?
Right. But not all men do that. We don't want to blanket all men.
And
all men do not prey and manipulate. Not all men.
First of all humans prey and manipulate, but in a man
not
in a relationship,
in a praying way. Not in a praying way.
If I see that I can say, okay, I feel like I need this and this person has this, I'm going to do and say whatever I need to do to get that.
So that is very disturbing because this is a man who is the host of a show called Wildin' Out with a bunch of young, beautiful women. So you're basically telling us that you pray. And if somebody has something that you want, money, pussy, whatever, you're going to prey on that person till you get what you get. If another hood rat ends up pregnant by Nick Cannon, you get what you get because he is telling you verbatim that he preys on people. He preys on women. That's what he does. So for somebody to turn around and be the 12th A mama, I don't want to see no tattooed tears. Don't be on the shade room going back and forth with nobody. Deal with your pregnancy in silence and leave us the fuck up out the group chat, okay? Because he's letting you know that is his MO. He likes to prey on women. Do it as a weirdo.
But Nick.
So therefore, I have dealt with some people that balance me and are equally yoked. And at times, have I been manipulative and prey on certain things just because I'm a man?
Right. But not all men do that. We don't. With all due respect, seriously, to all the women that you've encountered, ladies, I'm saying this. The reason why it's worked for you is because you have chosen and to prey on low-functioning women who don't have the emotional intelligence. No, I'm going there. Who will allow you to do that, Nick? And when I say allow, it's not a control thing. When I say allow, I'm not saying that she sits across you and says, this is what you won't do, you're crossing a boundary. Nick.
I disagree.
With all due respect, seriously, to all the women.
What is he disagreeing with? He has said it time and time again that the women that he gets with, they allow him to be with other women. But guess what? They're not allowed to have side dick. Okay, so he can have all the side chicks he wants. He can smash between these women, give them BV. Remember, he was saying that their coochie stank about a year or two ago. That, he's tired of them having funky boxes. Well, their coochie stinks because you're raw dogging each of these women and you're messing up their bacteria in their coochies, okay? So he's giving them BV, leaving them with funky coochies, but guess what? They're not allowed to get no side dick. They're not allowed to fuck other men. So how is he not being controlling? How is he not fucking with low functional, low vibrational women? Because a woman who has high standards for herself, who knows her worth, is not going to allow a guy to use her as a cum dumpster, okay? You're not just going to be skeeting in me and then moving on and skeeting on the next chick, okay? Getting her pregnant, but then if I want to do me, it's an issue. That is very low functional. So she's not telling any lies in this conversation.
I don't know if it's the Libra in me, if it's my abandonment issues as a child. I'm quick to be like, we agree to disagree, so I'm out. Mm-hmm. I'll run, I'll detach, I'll act like, I'll shut down.
Okay. Now, y'all know I'm all about the zodiacs, but what we're not going to do is use your zodiac as an excuse. The reason why you can detach and run is because of your status in society. Has nothing to do with you being a Libra. It is because of your status. If you were Nick Cannon, the fry cook at Bojangles, they would detach and run from you quick, fast, and in a hurry. But because of your status and who you are and your money, it's easy for you to run and say, next, bring the next chick on. oh, you don't like this lifestyle, you don't like what I'm doing here, you don't like the fact that I'm fucking, you, and you, then I'm out. I'm going to move on. That is because of your status. If you did not have wealth, power, and status, half these women wouldn't check for you, let alone allow you to treat them the way that you treat them. And again, I can't even be mad at him for having that demeanor. It's also on the women. I don't care how pretty these women are, because all his baby mothers are beautiful. They're all gorgeous. But their self-esteem is in the gutter. And they can't tell me otherwise. I don't care how light their eyes are, how straight their hair is. Their self-esteem is in the gutter. The fact that half of y'all were pregnant at the same time tells me everything I need to know.
Internalized. And I know that's not healthy, but just as a man, to stay away from conflict with any woman in my life, I'll just be like, we agree to disagree. Yeah. You can have that. I don't know if it's the Libra in me.
All right. Look at Cam Newton's face. When I tell you she was reading these dudes, checking them with the truth. But in a real way, she wasn't being ghetto. She wasn't being hood. She wasn't being disrespectful. She was having real conversations, and neither Nick or Cam Newton could handle that. And Cam Newton was getting very, very offended. So now what we're going to do is watch the interview with her and Cam. Hopefully this doesn't echo, but, let me know if it does. But she was just so professional in her approach. Like I said, I've been saying this for years about Nick and men like Nick. And the reason why they get away with it is because of their status. And not even so much the celebrity thing, but it's money. Because think about a lot of the guys in the hood who have the most kids by different women tend to be the dope boys. You know what I'm saying? The drug dealers, the dudes who are doing, a lot of nefarious shit to get money and cars. Because a lot of women chase wealth and they chase, money and things like that. Then they find themselves in the situation where they're the third, fourth, and fifth baby mama. You know what I mean? Because a lot of guys who don't have money or, popularity, they don't have access to a lot of cooch. So they're not out here impregnating everybody. And that's just the fact of the matter. So you got men with money and gold diggers who are attracted to that. So this Cam Newton interview was very interesting. I took some timestamps because there's some things that I peeped that I want to address as well. So let's see where we can start with this mess of an interview here. Let's see. Okay. And this one, he's trying to clock her tea, but I really want to get to his first. Okay. I'm going to play some of this video, and then I'm probably going to have to click on another video where my timestamps are at. Let me know if you guys can hear this and if it's not, echoing. So let me know if it echoes.
High function.
What situation?
See, my situation, that's a very vague question, and this for you.
What situation are you referring to that they're looking at and thinking is not high function?
Just my life.
Okay, is it echoing or are we good? Okay, we're good? Oh, okay, I get maybe they changed it up, child. We ain't got to mute ourselves no more. Okay, StreamYard. Okay. All right, let's continue.
Your life entirely or your life in relationships?
My life.
See, don't deflect. Let's stay here. Your life entirely or your life in relationships?
Both, really.
And they think that you're low functioning?
No, I don't.
You just said people see your life and think you're not high functioning. The opposite of that would be low functioning.
No. Okay, so here you go. You're trying to take my intentions away from this. Can I correct it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Or can I give you more?
Yes, more information. Heck yeah.
So
look how he's getting so defensive, but these are the words that came out of his mouth that people don't see him as high functioning. But he's quick to get defensive.
I'm not married, right? I have beautiful children.
How many?
8.
I didn't do my research. I thought it was 4, but 8. Okay.
No, baby.
Cool.
It's
By how
8.
many women?
3. And this is the kicker. I want more. Now.
By multiple women? What's the intent?
I just want God
about your wife?
I just want God to bring him.
Oh, okay. And you have, so you just...
Because my point is this. My desire to get married is lower than my fear of divorce. So, as you had said, Dr. Bryant, you said it, I didn't say it, I will agree. I'm just taking my time.
Drinking and driving is a...
Okay, anyways, with this weird ass commercial, let me get on to the, let me say this first. So that was their topic where they were talking about how he has 8 kids. Like I said, I didn't realize he had that many. I know he had just recently had another baby with this girl who's a comedian. I'd never heard of her until he knocked her up. His whole situation is a mess. Let me go on to the other clips I have here. Let me go pull up my timestamps. Okay, let's see here. 38. Okay, so we're gonna watch it from here.
Heck yeah.
So, I'm not married, right? I have beautiful children.
How many?
8.
I didn't do my research. I thought it was 4, but 8. Okay.
No, baby.
Cool.
It's
By how
8.
many women?
3. And this is the kicker. I want more. Now,
By multiple women? What's the intent?
I just want God
by
to
your
bring
wife?
him. I just want God to bring him.
Oh, okay. And you have, so you just...
Because my point is this. My desire to get married is lower than my fear of divorce. So, as you had said, Dr. Bryant, you said it, I didn't say it, I will agree. I'm just taking my time.
You're not taking your time.
I am, though.
You're being very action-based. You're not taking your time. You're being very action-based.
I'm taking my time.
You're being very action-based. You have 8 kids with 3 different women.
Yes.
You are creating, procreating, and multiplying. That is not taking your time. You're being very selectively active. Okay? So you're creating, and disclaimer, the kids are innocent, they are beautiful and amazing. Anything I said has nothing to do with them babies, because I can't wait to be a mom, and I love the kids, period. But you are proactively choosing where you want to be active at and where you want to take your time. You want to take your time in having a wife because of your own fears. But you will, and I say this with all respect and love, what I'm about to say next, okay, Cam? But you will selfishly create broken families, even if you're in their life and you're a proactive father, and I believe you're an amazing daddy. I can only imagine with just your presence and knowing you thus far. But these families are still broken. Every child cannot have Papa in the house with them. So some child, if not all, will end up with some kind of deficit without daddy being there. Now, you chose to do that. I'm not saying you sat there and woke up one morning and said, I want to be selfish today, so I'm going to go make a baby. Not saying that at all. But those are selfish acts at the expense of your fear. So at what point do you feel the fear, do it anyways? And yeah, that is a low functioning behavior. To say that I am going to create these homes. Let me go better. I'm going to build these houses and put kids and these beautiful women and kids in them, but I ain't going to create a home in them. I'm going to wait till I dissipate my fear to find a wife where I'm still going to be fearful with, because there's no such thing as not having some type of nerve or some type of feeling behind marrying somebody who you're spending your life with. And then I'm going to build a home with her while all these other beautiful babies have houses. That's completely unfair and it's selfish.
Just tell me when I can song.
Yeah, almost. That's completely unfair and that's selfish. And so, yes, you're taking your time in this department, but you're not taking your time in this department, which means you're compartmentalizing. And compartmentalizing never works. Compartmentalizing hurts everybody involved. Everybody who's in this box and that box and this box and that box and this box. And then here you go over here trying to figure out what box you're going to feed or entertain or do. Then you're looking outside to figure out who's your next victim to put in the box. It's unhealthy.
And you can tell he is not liking the conversation. He's not liking where it's going. Because he feels like just because he has money, that means something. Again, you can have all the money in the world. And then we found out later on in the conversation that supposedly all 8 children live with him. Personally, I don't believe it. I just don't believe that all 8 live with him. But okay, let's just say that all 8 children live with him. That it's still hard to give 8 individual children attention, love, everything they need as one parent. It's hard when women do it. You know what I'm saying? That why do you think some people get upset when they see these large families on social media? You know, me and my family of 10 kids. It's like at some point in time, somebody's not going to get enough attention. There's only 2 parents, if you're lucky, in the household. Not saying that you can't have that many if you're married, but that is a lot of children. And a lot of times you can't give that many kids your attention at one time. You know, so for him to have 8 children, that is a lot. I don't believe personally that they all live with him. I think he's just saying that. They may all live with him on the weekends. I do not believe that they all live with him full time, Monday through Friday. I just don't believe it. But she made some really good points that it's funny that you're too scared to get married and have a wife, but you're still wanting children. Now, he just had a baby not even a few months ago. He made no mention about wifing that chick up while she's on a hobo tour being a proud baby mama, you know, being the proud 3rd baby mama, but he's made no mentioning of marrying her. So what is going on in this relationship? You just had a brand new baby and you're not even talking about having more kids with this lady that just birthed a child not even a few months ago. It's like, it doesn't make any sense. Somebody said it's hard for me and I had 3 children all 5 years apart and I still had to be a wife. It's hard as hell. Lord, I'm tired. Exactly. I have 2 and my kids are 4 years apart. And that took a lot. You know what I'm saying? Raising 2 because they're 2 totally different kids, different personalities, different friend group, different ages. I couldn't imagine having 8 children. That is a lot of kids, especially by different people in different households. So I don't care how he or Nick Cannon tries to spin it. It's not cute. It's not cute. And it's the children that suffer when it's said and done. So let me fast forward a bit. Let me see here. He gets very offended easily too. I found that just ironic. Okay, think about this part here. Come back on the screen.
So this is why I'm saying the household maybe is still broken, but it doesn't mean your kids have to be. But it's about coming into awareness of what really is. And like my father knew, he had blended families, broken homes, but he tried to overcompensate, and he did in every way he could by being a daddy. So that's all I'm saying is we can label it what we want, but the reality is this is what a blended family looks like, unless you're telling me it's polyamorous, and you're not. This is what a broken household looks like. Now, let me go further. Do broken households make for good people? You damn right. I'm not a statistic. I ain't perfect. I work through my stuff. I come from the inner city, the hood. I'm a product of teenage parents, a dope dealer and an addict who is now sober and killing it. My mama's a VP of my company, runs everything, got her own business, and I'm a doctor. So people like me come from situations like that. So I'm always advocate for it, but I'm always keep it real about what it is. Because in order for us to take it and heal it and do something with it, we got to call a damn duck a duck so we know where to put it, what to feed it, how to do it, and what it needs. We can't be in this society as Black people and want to give things different words so that it makes us feel better about our decision. The decision is made.
You see how uncomfortable he's getting? You know, any other time them legs is crossed. Them damn balls hurt. Them legs be crossed so tight. Oh, them legs is wide open now. He's scratching his mustache. He definitely feels away. He feels agitated, you know, and she's speaking a lot of truth. And what I also hate, unfortunately, is that she had to compliment him because it's like his ego was so bruised that she still had to be like, oh, but I know you're a good father and I know that you're doing the best that you can do. And I too come from a broken home, because he can't take it, that she still has to compliment him to soothe his ego. And that's sad. This is a grown man. These are decisions that he made. She's not lying about anything. You can call it what you want to call it, but it's still a broken home. It's still a blended family. It's still a parent not being in the household. I don't like the word single mother. People who know me know I hate that word. But that doesn't change the fact that I'm a single mother. I'm not going to remix and be like, I'm Superwoman. No, I'm a single mother. And I've had to raise 2 boys on my own. As much as I hate that word, it is what it is. You have created broken homes. It may be hard to swallow, Cam, but that's the truth of the matter. And no matter how you try to clean it up and say, oh, they live with you, or you know what I'm saying, I'm there for my kids. My baby mothers can never say that they're single mothers because I give them child support. I pay for private school. They're still growing up in a broken home because neither mother or father are raising them at the same time. Regardless if you have all 8 children there's 3 different baby mamas. You're not with them. So meaning that you are creating a broken home. She's not speaking French. She's speaking perfect English to me. So I just don't like when people try to remix things. Reality is reality. No matter how much it hurts our ego or we get upset, reality is reality.
It is a broken home. It is a blended family. And now what are we going to do with these beautiful babies? So that your son, you got boys? I'm guessing out of 8, you got to have some boys. So that your boys make different and better decisions than daddy did. Not that you didn't do the best of what you had, but so your boys can say, Daddy, I admire you, but I did it different. Daddy, thank you for not letting me be fatherless, but I did it different. Your daughter can say, Daddy, I only married him and got all 5 kids with just one because 2 things, you was in my life and because I didn't have to choose from despair. And
you see how she has to still coddle him and coddle his ego? Because look at his mouth. Oh, he's tight-lipped. He doesn't want to make eye contact. Oh, but when he's running the show, you can't tell Cam nothing. Look how he's looking like a little boy. He's all slouched in his chair, lip poking out. And she has to coddle him in order to spoon feed him the truth. And this is a father of 8. Insane.
And because I love you, but I didn't want to have 3 or 4 or 5 kids by multiple men. So I chose different than you. But watch this. But he has these similarities about you that I love. He's loving. He won't leave me hanging. He's stable. He got my back. Because that's what I love about you. But your choices is what I didn't choose in this man. And that's okay. I don't choose my father in men who have the multiple kids, but I choose my daddy and men who are solid, who got my back, who love me unconditionally, who dote on me, and still treat me like his baby at 41. That's all I'm saying. So you're doing a hell of a job, thank you. But the situation is what it is. It's the reality of it.
She's still complimenting him, and he's so in his feelings he can't even respond. He can't even respond back. She's like, you're doing a hell of a job. He's like, don't cry, bro. Like, it's okay. Shit, you wasn't crying when you was making all these kids. What in the world?
I can talk.
Yes.
Okay. Whew. Now, we gonna press the space bar with that real quick, and we have to get to our game.
So now, catch this shade. I don't think a lot of y'all caught this shade, and I'm gonna address this.
Game?
Oh, you don't play games?
I do. I love games. I'm excited. I was excited.
I'm pretty sure 26 don't come with a lot of games.
Yeah,
but needless to say.
All right. Did y'all peep that? Let me come back on the screen. He says, I'm pretty sure 26 gonna come with a lot of games. Okay? This is the real tea. What it is that what I get from Dr. Cheyenne, she gives me the same vibes as Ebony K. Williams. She is a preference of Cam Newton. She's pretty, okay, just like Ebony K. Williams. Remember? Beautiful woman. And Iyanla Vanzant tried to get her to date a bus driver. And Ebony said, bitch, I'm a lawyer. I will not date a bus driver. I will not date down. Your old ass can, but I'm not, okay? And people got mad. They drug Ebony. And the reason why they were so upset is because Ebony is their preference. The reason why Cam Newton is in his feelings is because this doctor is beautiful. She is his preference. So how dare you, as a 41-year-old, single woman with no children, say that you wouldn't date someone like me, even though I have 8 children. I'm rich. I'm a football player. I'm decorated. I'm a catch. But see, the problem is She has herself together. She's not impressed with that. She has her own standards. I will not date a man who has children, and she has the right to have that standard. I said this time and time again on my channel. I feel like people who do not have children need to date each other. If you don't have any children, you should not be trying to play stepmama to somebody who got 5 kids by 5 different women. Fuck that. Just like if you're a man has the right to choose. If he does not have any children, he shouldn't want to date a single mother with 3 kids. Why should he want to take on that responsibility? If he wanted 3 children, he could have his own. I've always said that. I feel like people who do not have children need to get with each other, raise children together. Now, if you choose to be with a single mother or single father, that's on you. We don't want to hear no crying. Don't put us in the group chat. But there's nothing wrong with the woman. She has no children. So why is he offended that she sees him as a liability? She doesn't want the headache of a bunch of baby mamas, a bunch of, kids running around. I wouldn't want that if I was single with no children. You have the right to your standard. Just like I tell people all the time, and people are like, oh, well, you're a single mom, you have 2 kids, how dare you have a standard? Bitch, I very much have a standard. Yes, I have 2 kids. Both my kids are by my ex-husband. I'm not dating a guy who got 3, 4, and 5 kids, 4 and 5 baby mamas. I'm not bringing 2, 3, 4 baby mamas to the table. So baby daddy, excuse me. I'm not bringing 3 and 4 baby daddies to the table. I have an ex-husband. So I prefer a guy, if he's going to have children, you have 1 baby's mother, preferably your ex-wife. But if y'all didn't make it down the aisle, whatever. But I prefer a man who has children with the same woman. And that is something I ask guys right off the rip. So when I hear it, when a guy is like, oh, well, I got 5 kids. Are they all by the same woman? No, I got 3 baby mamas. I'm not interested. Well, how you not going to be interested and you got 2 kids? Yeah, both my kids are by my ex-husband. I'm not dealing with a bunch of baby mamas. I'm not doing it. I don't even like dealing with exes, let alone a bunch of baby mamas. So again, just because we have children does not mean as a single mother you can't have your own standards, or as a single father. If your children were by your ex-wife and you have 3 kids by your ex-wife and you don't want to deal with a woman who has 3 kids by 3 different men, that is your standard. Nobody has the right to shame you about that. So I'm very confused as to why she's being shamed because she does not want a man with children. And people are saying, well, she's old. She should just, accept that most guys her age are going to have children. Exactly. Most guys in their 40s will have children. That's why she's willing to date younger. That's another thing that's bothering Cam Newton, because I thought at this point in time, Cam Newton was like 42 years old. I had to Google his age. Cam Newton is 35. 35 with 8 children. That is insane, okay? So her being 41, she's saying that she's willing to date younger because she knows most younger guys, she's willing to go down to 26. Nothing wrong with that. His frontal cortex is fully developed, okay? We love a fully developed cortex, okay? Y'all not like younger dudes too, so there's nothing wrong with that. But she's saying that she's willing to date younger because she knows a younger guy is not going to come with a bunch of baggage. Most likely he's not going to have a bunch of kids. If he does have kids, most likely he'll probably only have 1 baby mama. Okay? Whereas when you get up there, yes, Cam Newton is 35. I was shocked. I really thought he was like 42 years old. He is 35. But do you notice his comment? You like them 26. They're going to come with a bunch of games. See, people do not like to see older women who are still bad as hell, because she's bad. Okay, she's cute. Titties is perky, pretty face. People do not like to see older women who are bad dating younger guys. That bothers a lot of older guys' ego. Because again, the narrative per Kevin Samuels and all these red pill weirdos is that once a woman gets to a certain age, you should just throw her in the trash. 40 and up, oh, she's worthless, she's old. But a lot of these young dudes are like, no, she's not. She's mature. She's not playing these little kid games that a lot of these young girls play. Because a lot of younger dudes tend to go for older women. So the fact that she's willing to date younger, that also bothered him, because he wouldn't have made that comment if it didn't. She'd rather date somebody younger with no baggage than somebody older with a bunch of baggage. But now, who also talks like that? Men. How many men, not all, but how many men say that they want to date younger women? Why? Because they don't come with a bunch of baggage. They don't have a bunch of baby daddies. They can still be molded and all the shit that they say. So why is it an issue when an older woman says the same thing? She's not saying anything different than what a lot of these older guys say. When they sit up here and say, well, I want you, 18 is legal, so it don't matter. Okay, it is legal. Go have fun. But when she says she'd rather date somebody younger, it's an issue. But men say that all the time, that they'd rather date a younger woman because she's less bitter. She won't have a bunch of baby daddies. You know what I'm saying? She ain't been ran through and, her womb is fresh. So she's saying the same thing. I don't want a bunch of old dusty sperm. I want a young man who has himself together, who's business oriented, who's mature. She says she's willing to date younger because she knows most younger guys are not going to have a bunch of baggage, a bunch of children. And so Cam Newton is in his feelings because he no longer checks her box. See, she's supposed to be desperate like his baby mama. She's supposed to be happy to pull a football player. But the difference is this woman is educated. She has herself together. She brings something to the table. So she's not impressed by Cam Newton's fame or his money. But see, his last baby mama, she's nothing but a comedian. She sits online all day and jokes and coons and clowns. So for her, she's impressed and couldn't wait to be knocked up by a football player. See, that's the difference. Cam Newton is doing nothing but attracting a bunch of low functional women. His first baby mama was a stripper. So if he was raised in this Christian household with a mother and a father who've been married for 39 years, because he kept bragging about that during the interview, how did you end up with a stripper? And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not knocking sex workers or anything like that. But so many men will sit here and talk down, right, about strippers, porn stars, they're low-class women, they're trash. They'll talk about escorts. The porn star's a whore until it's 2 o'clock in the morning and their penis hard and they need to get one off. Now you're on Pornhub. Now she's not a whore. Now she's doing you a favor. The OnlyFans model gets talked about like she's not shit, but somehow these women keep pulling these basketball and football players. Okay? So I find it very interesting that his first baby mama was a stripper, but you were raised in a Christian household. I'm sure your mom wasn't swinging on no poles. So it's very interesting that that's the type of woman, not knocking her profession, but the way he talks, like he's so high value. See, a high value man will play with a stripper, right? Take her out, buy her some nice things, show off like arm candy. But a real high value man, they're not going to make a stripper their baby mama. I'm just saying. Not until she gets out the game. Now, once she gets out the game and she's not doing that anymore, he may swing back around and wife her. But for the most part, a high value man, men who have things to lose, they're not consorting. They're not going to put themselves in a position to knock up a stripper. So while he's talking like he's a catch, we keep receipts. This man been beefing with all his baby mamas. So let's go back to 2020 when he played the stripper baby mama. And all his baby mamas look alike. So let me go back a bit. So remember in 2020, Mr. High Value Man was blasted for cheating on the stripper baby mama. They had been together for some years. Let me share my screen here. Who remembers this? Cam Newton hiding a secret child. Insiders claim that the Carolina Panthers star quarterback Cam Newton and his longtime girlfriend and baby mama, they've been together for years, never wifed her up, called it quits after he secretly fathered a child behind her back. Cam and former DC stripper Kia Proctor quietly parted ways back in October after Cam had a baby with the Instagram model Lorania Shaw. Eagle-eyed fans noticed that Cam and Kia were no longer following each other on social media. Kia has deleted all pictures of Cam from her page. Cam and Kia have 3 kids together. This is the IG model that Cam was playing the lady for. So he definitely has a type. And again, not knocking, what they do for a living. But the way he talks, that he's so high value. But these are the women that he's knocking up. Okay? So she had a baby by him in 2020 or 2021. And then, let me pull up this other one here. Give me just a second. This is his latest baby mama, and she's a trip. Oh, hold on. There was a clapback he did when people was clowning him. Let's see here. Okay. He says some type of clapback. If I find it, I'll post it. But, okay, so then, okay, before we even get to the newest baby mama, in 2023, him and the first baby mama, the stripper baby mama, they were beefing over a Bentley. Okay, this is the high value man. Cam Newton's ex refusing to give up Bentley. 4 months ago, retired NFL quarterback Cam Newton filed a lawsuit against his baby mama, Kim Proctor, accusing her refusing to return his Bentley Bentayga. Kia insists that the Bentley was a gift and she wants the lawsuit dismissed. They beef for a good 2 years behind this Bentley, okay? But this is a high-value man here. This is the new baby mama, Jasmine Brown, okay? So he recently knocked her up, and she's, like I said, I never heard of her until she got pregnant, but she's allegedly a comedian, and she went on the road to brag about being his third baby mama. So we're going to go ahead and watch her stand up.
So if y'all don't know, I'm the third one, and this is his sixth child. Someone said, ooh, like, couldn't have been me. All right, until the rich nigga put that pressure on you.
This is his baby mama. So this is why he's upset. Because, see, she's willing to bust it wide open just because of who he is and his money. Just typical gold digger. And because Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, who looks very similar to this baby mama, she's not interested. She doesn't care about his money. She has her own. She's not going to settle for somebody with 8 children. This woman was willing to be the third baby mama and deal with a man with 5 other children by 2 other women because she was chasing a bag. She's easily impressed. And that's the difference. That's why Cam was offended, because this is his baby mama. This is who he doesn't want to wife up. He's willing to knock her up, but he's not willing to make her a wife. And that's the difference. So now, this was her talking about, the motherhood. I'm so excited to be a mom and learn so much. I'm trying to find the one of somebody clocked his tea. Let me see here. And he got upset. Okay, this was the tour that she went on. This was the flyer for her comedy show. Baby Mama 3. Jasmine watched Jazzy Brown 3rd times a charm tour. So her using the pregnancy of Cam Newton as a way to promote her comedy tour. This is ghetto and ratchet and very low functional. Okay? Nothing cute about this. I said we keep receipts. So now somebody went into his comment section and basically called him out. And he was in his feelings. So this person says, once you become a baby mama, the third, you can't give no more relationship advice, right? So Cam Newton replies back, and I don't even know why he writes like this, but I don't know what font this is, but he says, once you say some shit like this, you become a hater forever. I hate that for you, babes. We lovers over here. Keep that hate and shit to yourself. Love. So that was his response to a hater. So that's why he was very upset by what Dr. Bryant was saying. Because he knows that's his baby mama right there. a girl who goes on a tour to brag about being the third baby mama, as opposed to Dr. Bryant, who can actually brag about her real accolades, having a degree, having herself together, not having a bunch of babies out of wedlock. So now, this was also her after she had the baby. So compare this woman to Miss Bryant. This is Cam Newton's baby mama. This was after she gave birth. She's showing off, I guess, some type of maternity diaper. I don't know where these diapers came. They must be new because I don't remember maternity diapers, but whatever.
Really love these shorts I got from the hospital. They're nice and high-waisted because my diaper is high as hell. How long we gotta wear this diaper for? No, seriously. Real question. How long do we have to wear this diaper? This shit is annoying. I want to wear a thong.
You don't want me to wear a thong? You want me to wear a diaper because you have on a diaper? Okay, we'll be diaper twins. Okay, I won't wear a thong. I'll wear a diaper.
Who talks to their brand newborn like that about wearing a thong? It's just weird. It's just weird. That's your conversation with your newborn, maybe in public, on social media. So that's why he's in his feelings. This is his baby mama, the third one that just had his most recent child.
Diaper. You don't want mommy in a thong. I get it.
My baby don't want me to wear no thong, so I'm not finna wear no thong. And that's on period. Okay, gotta go.
The baby is like, shut the fuck up and come feed me. Like, what the hell is this? So again.
Hello.
Uh-oh, not Gigi popping up. Miss Gigi. So again, that is Cam Newton's third baby mama. And he got the nerve to feel away because Dr. Bryant is not interested in that. You come with a lot of chaos. Your baby mama's come with a lot of chaos. She's not interested. So now she was on the Shade Room. I saw this right before I came live. She was on the Shade Room talking about how she serves her man. Okay, girl. Here she goes. So we're going to watch what she has to say. Give me a second here. So this is Cam Newton, baby mama child.
It's done. I'm gonna put my baby to sleep. I don't know about y'all. I don't know what brings you guys joy, but it really brings me joy to serve. I love being a servant. I love to serve. It just brings me joy. I love it. I love serving. I love it. I love it. I don't give a damn. I'll be up at 6 o'clock, 5:30 in the morning, cooking breakfast, serving. I just love that. I love it. Yeah. It's like, it just gives me purpose. And now with the new baby, now I just feel even more purposeful, especially like when I breastfeed. I feel so full of life. I love it. I love it. Come on, baby. Now that everything is done, I'm gonna put my baby to sleep. I don't know about y'all. I don't know what brings you guys joy, but it really brings different and better always.
So the thing that my children have taught me is unlocking emotions. And also, it's just not my children, it's my partner now. And she does an amazing job with identifying that. It's like, tell your daughter, like, I'm making you better for your daughter. You doing what? Trust me, babe. It ain't no calm down. We not yelling. I'm not yelling, babe, but I just want you to feel me. Feel me. Yes. Kuda needs you. Kiri needs you. Tweet needs you. Like, these things is where it's a place of refuge, not a place of war.
Right.
So as I'm living, I'm not afraid to say, bro, I cry. Man, my sons make me proud.
Different and better always.
So the thing that my children have taught me.
Okay, anyways. People are all degenerates. So, you know, she's up there. I love to serve. It's Taco Tuesday. I love to serve. Go ahead and serve my man. Serve this breast milk. I just serve. You know, oh, and she's a real one because she makes me, you know, want to take care of my daughters more. But I never once heard in their conversation that he wants to wife her. I never heard her in her conversation of being a servant, you know what I'm saying that, you know, they're going to get married eventually. My thing is, I'm not going to sit here and serve a baby daddy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're giving him all of the wifely benefits without any of the wife benefits. Because, again, he can leave tomorrow. He's literally talking on his show that he wants more children. He didn't say he wanted more children by her. He just said, I just want the Lord to just bless me with children. Just, you know, children falling from the sky like manna. So he can leave her at any time. That's why she has to serve and be a servant. Because she doesn't want her bag to get up and disappear. That's why a lot of these women put themselves in these positions. Just like, you know, Carisha's big head ass. That's why she was in the situation that she was in with Diddy. Serving him, acting like a wife. Only for him to just, when, you know, she says that she left him, whatever. Either way, that relationship is done. But look how much of a clown she made herself. He had babies on her and everything. While she's holding up the hey, poppy sign and hey, you know, poppy, 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 he done knocked up somebody else. He thanked everybody at BET but his main chick that he was with currently. But again, these women feel the need to have to go above and beyond because they know where the money resides. But a woman who has her own life and her own stuff and her own bag and has herself together, she doesn't have to put up with the bullshit. And that is what men like Cam Newton and Nick Cannon do not like. They want just basic chicks. They want a beautiful woman who really brings nothing to the table besides pussy and problems. That's all he's had. He literally was in a lawsuit over a Bentley. That's not peace. If she had her own, she'd be able to give him back the Bentley and go get her own. But if she was a wife, she could have got half legally. So that's why he doesn't want to marry these people. He wants to keep his money to himself, and that's fine. But he doesn't want to marry him because he knows that he can't see himself being faithful or being tied down to one woman. And if it ends up in divorce, he's going to lose half. So he wants to play the field forever. And that's cool. But stop making all these babies while you're playing the field. You can play the field and you can get all the cooch you want without creating constant, broken, single-family homes. So I really like this lady. I really like the things that she was saying. She was keeping it real all the way. Somebody said Portia Williams. Yep, she's another one. You know, willing to like look the other way and do all types of nonsense for the bag. And then when it blows up in their face and they want to come crying back to social media. Now, I don't have a shoulder you can lean and cry on. I personally don't care. That's on you. So while this lady's trying to make it sound like everything's cool and everything's sweet, it's not, because she wouldn't even have to reply back. She's trying to reply back to the doctor and act like she has one up on the doctor. But to me, I think the doctor is in a way better position. She's not dealing with a bunch of baggage and a bunch of nonsense. And, you know, most people say, well, she's 41. Why is she single? Why doesn't she have a man? She said she's been in relationships before. She didn't bash any of the previous relationships she was in. She said that she wasn't where she needed to be in life. She wasn't emotionally mature. But she feels like when she does get into another relationship, she'll definitely be ready and she'll know what to bring to the table. But to me, I can respect that. At least she's not on baby daddy number 3. At least she recognizes that she wasn't ready to be in those relationships. So I think, like I said, I think this is like another case of like the Ebony K. Williams situation where, you know, men got upset with her because she's their preference, and a lot of these guys were not on her level financially. So they knew that they would not be able to have a shot at her. So hence why they were upset. You know, so much so DJ Envy was talking about real estate. Then we find out all he's doing is scamming in real estate, allegedly. So the whole thing is just really, really interesting. But I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good interview. I like the fact that she held him accountable. She wasn't playing. So let me go ahead and read some of these super chats. I've been on here for an hour already. Let's see here. Khadijah says, you look beautiful, T. Wishing you a lovely evening. Thank you so much, Khadijah. Seed of Tim sent 9.99 says, DeRicos is a great example of a married couple with 13 plus children and not being there for all of them. I don't even know who the DeRicos are. To be honest, let me Google, child. I'm not in, people think I be playing when I say I don't watch family vlogs, people who got a bunch of damn kids. I'm not interested. I think it's all for TV and social media. I think people are having a lot of these babies for clout, for gifts, for sponsorships. I just don't entertain it. So what happened? Oh, doubling down with the D'Ericos. So what happened 24 hours ago? The D'Erico Dean shares health update. What the hell? What's wrong with the mama? I just don't care enough. Did they break up or something? How many kids they got? I can't even count. I don't know. How many kids is this? All I see is a bunch of little faces. How many kids is this? All I see is just a bunch of faces. Child, let me click on this article. Is this the dad? She stopped chemotherapy. Oh, Dion's mom. His mom had cancer. Okay. So I guess I'm confused. What is the tea with them? They don't deal with their kids or something. It's a lot of kids to not be dealing with. Like I don't watch them. They have 14. Oh my God. Okay. That 13 plus. Yeah, I'm not into family channels, people with large families. Not in like if you have a large family in real life, I can respect it because you're not trying to, take advantage and looking for social media clout. It's the ones I see on social media. I don't buy any of it. Oh, they're divorcing with 14 kids. Oh hell no, ain't no divorce. Not with 14. Just like with John and Kate plus 8, ain't no divorce. And where are these kids supposed to go? So one gets 7 and the other gets 7. This is insane. They're getting divorced. I'm glad I don't know nothing about them. Let me move on. Thank you for the super chat. Ain't no way. 14 kids? Oh, hell no. That's crazy. Imagine being a single mother of 14. And that's another thing that I find very interesting is that Cam Newton thinks he's a prize because he has money and 8 children. Right? But let's switch the genders. If this was a woman who had money and 8 children, no man would consider her high value. Because last time I checked, Kiki Wyatt, she has about, I don't know, child, maybe 13 kids at this point. She also has money. She's a singer and everything else. She has a bunch of baby daddies. I've never heard not one man give her props. Say, well, at least she can take care of all of them. She got money. Everybody calls her a hood rat. They say her womb is used up. Her coochie's wider than a hallway. I've seen so many derogatory things written about Kiki because she has all these kids. But Cam Newton wants to be seen as a prize. Nick Cannon wants to be seen as a prize. But when it's a woman with a whole bunch of kids, it's not seen as a prize. Would Cam Newton himself date a woman who came to the table with 3 baby daddies and 8 kids? I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it. Because all of his other children, those mothers didn't have kids before Cam Newton. So he's not even going after the type of women that he has. They'd be like me with 2 kids right now saying, oh, I don't date men with kids. I only want men with no kids. What kind of bullshit is that? I'm not going to date men with a whole bunch of kids. But I try not to date men who have more than 3 children, as long as you have kids by the same woman. So he would not date a woman with 8 kids by 3 baby daddies. I just know he wouldn't. Why would he? When he has women who don't have any kids, who are willing to line up and have a baby with him just because he's Cam Newton. Just like with Nick Cannon. Most of his baby mamas, they didn't have kids before Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon was their first and only baby daddy. So it's very interesting when the genders are reversed. A man, even if he has money or no money, is not willing to date a woman with a bunch of kids with different baby daddies. She's seen as spoiled goods. But a woman is supposed to accept a man and his tribe of 14. I think the fuck not. Okay? I don't care if all 14 kids are by that woman. I'm not dating a guy with 14 children. You and your wife need to work it out, go to counseling, leave me the hell alone. It's insane. Yeah, Joey Chavez. Thank you. She's another good one. They go in on her all the time. Or Joy. I think her name is Joy. Bow Wow baby mama, future baby mama. And she just had another baby the other day by a football player, I think Trevor. They going on her all the time. Look how many men still drag Sierra. Sierra actually learned from her mistake. She had a baby with Future. She was baby mama number 4 or something like that. People drug her as they should have. You're Sierra, you didn't have any children. Why would you line up to be the 4th baby mama and think that you were going to get a different man because you were Sierra? She found out she got the same man as all the other baby mamas. But the difference is Sierra learned her lesson. She's not out here with 4 or 5 kids by 4 or 5 different men. She learned her lesson with Future, got with Russell, and all her children have been with Russell ever since. And he's a good father. Look how many men clown Russell. They drag him. They say he's a simp. Why would he settle for Sierra? She already had a kid. He took a woman on who had 1 child, and people still drag them to this day. But Cam Newton is offended because this doctor doesn't want to be saddled down with his 8 children. It's insane. It just does not make any sense. So a woman with 1 child is seen as damaged goods. But a man with, 12 children, Nick Cannon, by all these women, it's okay. Well, he got the money. Who cares? Sierra's not broke. She has the money to take care of Little Future with or without Russell. And she still gets drugged to this day. It's insane. Her and Russell get drugged more than Future. And he's the one out here creating the broken homes. It makes no sense. And then there was even something that she was saying about, giving props to people who don't make those type of mistakes. Like, we're not calling the babies mistakes, but we're saying the situation, how they were born, the different baby mamas. Like, she was basically saying, like, we have the right to give props to people who didn't make those particular life decisions. And it's sad that we rather demonize people like that and be like, well, you're 41 and you have no kids. What's wrong with you? Remember when the idiot Carisha was clowning women who didn't have kids by the time they were 30. And it's like, you dummy, isn't your bandmate, JT, isn't she childless? Because she was saying if you don't have kids by the time you're 30, you got some bad pussy. And I'm like, bitch, do you not know how to read the room? Your own City Girl member don't have no kids. You think that if JT didn't want to have a baby right now by Rich Uzi Vert, she couldn't have a child by Uzi? I think she could. But she's choosing not to just be a random baby mama. While Carisha's up here with 2 kids by 2 different men. And still stuck on bisexual Diddy. So I just think it's really sad. And I think that we do have to start giving props to people who make decent decisions and stop shaming them. Cam is acting like, oh, well, life is just lifing. Well, yeah, life's, right? But once you get to a certain age, when does life stop lifing? Like, I get if you're a teenage parent and, you have your first child young, you learn from your baby daddy, your baby mama, we get it. Cam Newton is a 35-year-old man. And his baby's mama, his most recent one, is on tour, proud to be a 3rd baby mama. That's not lifing. Let's give props to men like LeBron James, who has all his children by Savannah. Let's give props to men like Steph Curry, who has all his children by his wife, Aisha Curry. Russell Westbrook, he's married. He has children. Draymond Green, married, has children. So it's not just lifing. You have a lot of entertainers and celebrities who are doing the right thing. But they don't get props. It's the NBA young boys. It's the Nick Cannons. That is very low functional and low vibrational. And I'm glad that she caught that out. That should not be the norm in society. Just out here being a rolling stone, all wishy-washy with the sperm. That's disgusting. No different than a woman out here just popping out baby after baby by random men. It's all trifling. You don't get a pass because you're a man. If it's trifling for a woman to be out here with 3 and 4 baby daddies, it's just as trifling for a man to be out here with 3 and 4 baby mamas. Ain't nothing cute about that. Both of you guys are creating nothing but broken homes. And then y'all expect other people who are not in similar situations to come up and clean up y'all's mess and play stepdaddy, play stepmama. Absolutely not. Make better decisions. Yeah, it really is. It's the kids that end up suffering in the long run. So don't let people shame you because you don't have kids. Don't let people shame you that if you do have kids and you have standards, don't allow people to shame you. If you have one child, you have the right to say, I will not date a man with more than one child. Don't let somebody feel like, you have to date somebody who got 10 kids by 5 different women. Absolutely not. He needs to go find somebody who has 10 children by 5 different men. So that way they can be equally yoked together. So, yeah, it's ridiculous that people try and shame people. If you feel the need to be married first before having children, that is your right. Don't let anybody shame you about that. Don't let people be like, oh, you're old. You need to just settle. Ain't nobody about to be married no 41-year-old with no kids. Well, no, you won't, just because you messed up your life and got 15 kids and a bunch of child support and, getting sued. That's on you. Don't project your weird insecurities and, your downtrodden life onto me. Okay? Don't let people project their nonsense onto you, because that's really what it is. They're projecting. They're mad because now they're at the bottom of the barrel. They're having to scrape the bottom of the barrel. Because a lot of women who have themselves together, they don't care if you're Cam Newton and Nick Cannon. They're not interested. Especially if they have themselves together. The women who are interested in being in those situations are women who don't have shit besides looks and coochie. They have nothing else going for themselves. Hence why they sit on social media all day, beefing and clapping back, sitting in the shade room, crying in the comment section. Because women who are high value, who have themselves together, who have things going on, they're not out here getting impregnated by random guys. They're not out here getting impregnated for a bag. So yeah, don't let social media fool you. Okay, I've been on here for an hour. I want to go ahead. Let me finish reading these super chats and we get on this Keith Lee situation. Please, if you guys are liking this stream, please hit the like button. Somebody said I'm preaching. Thank you. I appreciate it. Let's see here. Somebody in the comment section, just comment and go says, LOL, most people who have no kids haven't had any abortions. It's funny. Some of y'all are bringing that up. People try to tell you about your life as if you're supposed to care. I don't know why people always try to watch and count our uterus, especially men. I agree, Chelsea. Somebody said something about having a grown kid. Okay, Mucha Daenerys says, my ex has 5 kids by 4 different women currently. Mofo wasn't going to get me. No ring, no baby. I know that's right. I honestly wouldn't even entertain them. 5 kids by 4 different women? That's a lot. I'm glad he's your ex. You can do better, sis. Especially if you ain't got no kids, yeah, don't settle for that. That's a lot of damn kids, a lot of baby mamas. I just don't, it's just something about like just all the baby mamas. I really don't even like one baby mama, let alone like a whole bunch. You know what I mean? Because some of them be immature and catty as fuck. You feel me? So I'm not dealing with somebody in their 4 baby mamas, especially the ones who like be on social media all day, kicking up dust. It's too much. Let's see here. J Jersey Girl sent $2. Says Cam comes from a 2-parent, multi-generational home. Yeah, and that's the sad part. That he came from stability and look what he's created. Kendra sent $4.99. Says, did he really think she was going to co-sign his dysfunction? She has an extra degree and he really thought, she is money forward. I'm glad she kept it 100. Exactly. Let's see here. Ron Shea sent 5 says, hey T, did you hear about the Venezuelan gang that took over an apartment complex in Aurora, Colorado? Stay safe. I saw a TikTok or something pop up saying that Venezuelans were taking over Aurora, Colorado. But I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know they took over an apartment building. I'm going to have to look into that. I did see them say something. I didn't click on the video. Let's see here. Shelly G says, wasn't this the same one that wanted her $3,000 internet and $2,000 cable bill paid that they had occurred before they broke up? Yeah, I don't know about that, but I know about that Bentley situation. Let's see here. Sugar Waterson 499 says, I met my first tea sipper in real life today. I'm at work watching you, and another tea sipper seeing you on my phone. LOL, it's a small world. That is awesome. Shout out to my tea sippers. That's awesome. Thank you for the super chat, love. Dr. Nikki Walden says, 63 months as a member. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. I appreciate you, sis. Let's see here. Frugality Sim 499 says, I'm a woman with a child. I don't date men with kids due to drama and financial burden. Okay. That's odd though, but you have a child. I mean, if they want to take on your kid and they're cool with that, cool. But if they don't want to date you because you have a child, you can't get mad if they don't have children. So, you know, I know there's some people who think like that, but I think that's kind of strange being that you have kids. You have a child. I wouldn't want to date a man with more than one child if I have one child. But to say that you only want to date men with no children because they have a financial burden. Okay, sis. But if they're willing to date you with your one child, you know, then by all means. But, you know, understand that men who don't have children tend to not want to date women with children. Let's see here. Mandarins 91 cent 20 says, true high value does not come from looks, titles, or positions. I'm glad I never thought that. Guys like him are narcissists, and sadly, some women will deal with that for a lifestyle. Exactly. Yeah, the word high value has been bastardized, you know, for people to think that high value means money. No, high value is integrity, how you treat people when nobody is watching. That is high value. You know, I mean, it's not just about your position in life, your title, and things like that. So thank you so much for the super chat, sis. Let's see here. Cardo M sent 10 says, I can see what Dr. Umar is saying. There are thousands of entertainers and influencers. Why are these 4 people the loudest? Lastly, Dr. Umar said they offered Steve $10K. He simply said they were paid. Okay, what does this have to do with the live stream? I think you meant to write that on a video. Dr. Umar is another one out here too with broken homes. He has 2 daughters by 2 different women and not married either. So I found that interesting when he was trying to give Nick Cannon advice. Okay, Umar. L Love, but thank you for the super chat though. I appreciate it. Brianna Davis sent $9.99, says in that interview, Cam tried to compare his sociology degree with the requirement for him to play college ball to a clinical PhD that woman has. He needs to sit down somewhere. I definitely agree. Thank you for the super chat, sis. Lovely L20 220 cent 5 says women can have multiples while they are in menopause in their 30s and 40s. God has a plan, made us perfect. This information just isn't talked about. Thank you for the super chat. Darcel says, hey T, sending love. Did you hear about the assistant principal that got her eye knocked out of the socket? Madness. I did hear about that. I didn't get a chance to really look into it, but that is, ugh. I didn't want to click on the second slide because I'm like, I don't want to see her eye. But yeah, I did hear about that. It's sad. Very, very sad. So now let's go ahead. I want to get on this Keith Lee situation really quick. So if you guys do not know, Keith Lee is back at it again. He is in the DMV area. He went to D.C., Virginia, and Baltimore to go look for places to eat. And he said a lot of places in D.C. were a miss. D.C. is more focused on liquor than they are on food. So a lot of people were kind of mad at his review, but he also left some good reviews as well.
From Washington.
So let's watch his first review here. So give me just a second to share my screen. All right, good old Keith Lee.
And we are still in the DMV, and there's a few things I want to talk about, so let's talk about it. I know we only posted about 3 spots from Washington, but we went to about 12, and we made a decision as a family and as a team, and also a personal decision to not post most of them. So out of those 12, I probably only got like 1 or 2 more that I'm gonna post. And the reason for that, a lot of those videos, in my opinion, aren't constructive at all. And before the narrative start, I'm gonna show a few clips of the places that we did go to. And again, I don't think they're constructive. So for privacy of the restaurants that we went to, I'm not gonna say what restaurant it is. I'm gonna just show you a little bit of our personal experience. Just the whiting with the sweet potatoes and mac and cheese. Fortunately, I won't be trying any of it. As always, I ain't trying to be rude, I'm just be honest. The smell of this, insane. This perforated the whole car immediately. So much so that my family went back in and asked if they fried it in the same grease that they did the shellfish. And come to find out they do. And it smelled like it. It smells like shellfish. It smells like frozen fish. It smells like fish.
Yeah, the volume's a little bit low. It's Keith Lee's volume. It's not mine because I have it turned all the way up on my end. So it's Keith Lee's audio, unfortunately.
It smells almost unedible, in my opinion. I don't know. It smells. The entire customer service experience, in my opinion and in my family's opinion, was completely unprofessional. It said on the IG that they opened at 1 o'clock. The truck didn't open up until 2:15. It took about 45 minutes. When they went back to go get the food, they saw her preparing it. No gloves, no washing hands, grabbing money, grabbing strawberries, grabbing Fruity Pebbles, and putting it on top of her food.
Chicken tastes weird.
The reason there's no food in my hand is because a lot of the restaurants we've been recommended since we've been here look like this. And I'm not the
What the hell are y'all eating in the DMV? That sauce on, what is the sauce that y'all put on everything? Ugh. Looks like slop.
audience just based on the pictures.
With her hand. She was putting her hand in the cereal box. Her hand.
And I do have a question. Do you guys have running water?
I ain't got no point to lie. We just out here eating food, praying, staying with our families, minding our business. We also went to a lot of places that were recommended. That's one thing that I really want to make clear in this video, is that we went to places that were recommended, and we did a lot of research. We've been here for a week, and every day since we've been here, we've been in the Sprinter for at least 10 hours a day, just going around trying food, driving an hour to each spot. And since we've been here, we've been blessed enough to sow $30,000 to various restaurants around the DMV. So I don't appreciate it, and I don't think it's fair that we get criticized for not doing research or not going to a lot of restaurants in DC or the DMV area. I've noticed how the media has been pushing since we've been here. A lot of media outlets picked up on the fact that I said restaurants out here, in my opinion, tend to lean towards promoting alcohol more than they promote food. That's been headlines more than us being in an actual city and being blessed enough to touch the people that we touch. Granted, a lot of people that was extremely nice. We even went to a comedy show randomly, but that's another reason why I'm keeping most of those videos, to protect the restaurant owners, because it's not going to be constructive. And it's just going to be them getting torn down. And I don't want that. Past those 12 videos, I still got about 6.
Okay, so then I'm going to show y'all the second video. Maybe we could watch a news clip. Hold on, let me come back. Because he ended up going to a few. He went to this Jamaican place.
I got it.
That people really liked. And then he ended up running into the news. So let's see here. Okay, let's watch this news clip. It's a little bit shorter because his review was kind of long. So let me pull this up. All right, we're going to watch this news clip really quick. And hopefully it's louder because he tends to talk low.
And if you're looking for a restaurant to check out this weekend, Keith Lee certainly has a few recommendations. He's a TikToker. He eats at mom and pop restaurants across the country, then reviews them online. So millions of people have watched his videos, and tonight we've seen dozens of our neighbors following his advice, eating local. The foodie is visiting our area right now. Our Alexis Wainwright ran into him last night, caught up with him then, and you've seen, Alexis, firsthand how this is really impacting these local restaurants. When Keith speaks, people listen, huh?
Yeah, Lorenzo, that's exactly right. This all started with just these 3 TikTok videos that Lee posted, but now we are seeing the impact. Within the last 30 minutes, we've learned that one of the restaurants just ran out of one of their popular items after seeing so many people, and all of this is a testament of kindness and community.
been busy. It's been busy.
Too busy for Alex Kang, the owner of Okonomi Asian Grill, to even stand still to do an interview with us.
Yesterday was 400%. The day before is 300%. Right now, we're already 120, 130% over last week.
That's percent of increases in their sales, thanks to the recent visit of TikTok food critic Keith Lee, who's making his way around the DMV.
The Keith Lee effect, quote unquote, is just the community showing up, and the community showing up and showing love to these small businesses.
It's wild. I don't know what else to say.
It's special for Kang as he recovers from a recent scam where thieves would use DoorDash to steal meals. Lee addressed that with a donation.
He gave $2,000 to, feed people that are coming in. And, I basically told him, hey, I'm going to earmark that. We're going to feed schools instead. And he was like, yeah, I'm all for that. So, we're going to feed 3 elementary schools or the teachers and staff.
And as far as the word being spread,
I just heard about Keith Lee, and I know he's a reputable person. Anything he says, I trust.
We heard about it on TikTok.
To see him here in the DMV.
Okay, so this is a Chinese restaurant he went to. Now, people are saying that it's mumbo. What is mumbo sauce? That must be a DC thing. I've never heard of mumbo sauce. Is it some type of ranch dressing or something? It looks like orange ranch dressing.
6 or 7. And
hold on, let me find the other video of the. Yeah, he went to a Baltimore place too, and he gave them a really good review. And then he went to an Ethiopian restaurant. He went to a few places, and gave really good reviews. Trying to see if it's. I think this is the story about the Ethiopian. Okay, let me share this one here.
Here's another story you're seeing only on WUSA 9. It's about Keith Lee, a TikToker with millions of fans. He's known for reviewing restaurants and boosting their sales after his visit. A DC restaurant that's been around a while and could use that boost tried to get his attention. Alexis Wainwright headed over there tonight to talk to them about their request. And while sometimes in life, magic things happen.
It's perfect timing. A daughter's plea turned into pure happiness. Now, we were the only station here, and no one knew that Keith Lee would show up, but we spoke with him exclusively and asked what brought him here. It all started with a family business meeting about longevity.
In more recent time, I think it's a conversation that we've been kind of forced to have just because of the state of the business.
Lydia Tefera and her family own Dukum Ethiopian restaurant on U Street in DC. Her mother and late father started the business that's been a local landmark for over 25 years. But recently,
this restaurant business is hard.
Tefera posted this video expressing family concerns that went viral.
If I had to pick a target audience for when I posted that, it was for my friends to tell their friends at the end of the day. So to see the outpouring love and support and people being like, oh, I remember Dukum when I was younger. I met my husband here, or we had our first dinner here, or whatever, was so special.
During our exclusive interview with the family, as a joke, we asked them what they'd say to Keith Lee, the popular food critic who's traveled the world and posted reviews that have helped thousands of small businesses.
Lamb, beef, you can have it all.
Then 15 minutes later, he showed up and I was able to speak with him one-on-one.
The Keith Lee effect, quote unquote, is just the community showing up, and the community showing up and showing love to these small businesses.
The community has been behind them ever since one of the daughters of the owner put out a video about them struggling. How did you hear about Dukum specifically?
Exactly what you just said. So I saw the same video that everybody saw, and then when you pulled up, I already saw it was booming. So we decided we just gonna go and eat like everybody else. So we just gonna go and sit down and have a meal.
And as far as the food,
this was the highlight so far for me. This is the best place that we went.
And for the Tefera family,
that was my highlight. This is the highlight for me. This is the highlight for us. Yeah.
Okay, so that was really sweet of him to go there. But he also went to this jerk place. I couldn't find the video. He does a review on his channel. Now, it seems like there's a lot of Ethiopians in DC, because I know the few times I've been to DC, there's a lot of Ethiopian restaurants and stuff. I've never had Ethiopian food. Now, my best friends growing up, in high school, they were Eritrean. And, Eritrea used to be a part of Ethiopia, then they had the Civil War. Now, I've had Eritrean food because my friend, her mom had a restaurant at the time. Is the food similar? Do y'all, because y'all look a lot alike. But yeah, is the food the same as Eritrean food, or is Ethiopian food more different than Eritrean food? I've always wondered that. But I haven't tried Ethiopian food. I've had Eritrean food, though. Is it the same or no? Y'all don't know? Because that's like, Nigerian jollof rice is way better than any other jollof rice in West Africa. It's better than Ghanaian. It's better than Liberian. So argue with your mama, not me, okay? Oh my gosh. There's some Somali restaurants. We have a lot of Somalians in Minnesota. So there are Somali restaurants in Minnesota. I don't know. I don't think I've had Somali food, to be honest with you. I mainly just stick to West African food, to be honest with you. I mainly just eat Nigerian food. So I haven't really had, a lot of like Somali food. But I've been wanting to try it. You know what I mean? I've been wanting to try like some Somalian food. I just never had it. Give me my egusi soup, my jollof rice, okay, my pounded yam, my dodo. Give me that stuff. But it does look interesting though. Like it looked good, like the fried fish and stuff. It looked good. It did. So you had Ethiopian food was good? Somebody said I don't trust Somalian food. Ooh, y'all are messy. Y'all are messy, child. Let me stop. Mary says she's Eritrean. Is Eritrean food and Ethiopian food the same? Everybody keeps putting up their flag. Is Ethiopian and Eritrean food the same? Or is it totally different? I've always wondered that. Jay Lisa, I want to try fufu. You'll love fufu. Make sure it's Nigerian fufu though. All the Ghanaians, yeah. Anyways, with y'all's jollof rice. But I'm not gonna lie, Ghanaian jollof rice is good. It's cute, okay? But it doesn't have anything on Nigerian jollof rice. Liberian jollof rice, I'm gonna need y'all to sit all the way down. I had some Liberian jollof rice. I was like, what in the hell I didn't like it. I did not. Yeah. First of all, y'all had peas and carrots in there. What in the jollof rice is going on here? We don't put peas and carrots in our jollof rice. So as soon as I seen the peas and carrots, I was like, okay, it's already sus. I'm like, peas and carrots? What in the Liberian jollof rice is going on here? But Ghanaians, okay, I'm gonna give y'all's props. Y'all's rice is kind of good. But again, don't nobody's jollof rice top Nigerian jollof rice. I don't care what y'all say. I haven't had Senegal's jollof rice. Yeah, I haven't had it. We about to have a jollof rice war in the comment section, like for real. I'm telling you, when I seen the Liberian jollof rice, I was like, really? Y'all tried it. I didn't like it. I might have to try a few from other, outside of Liberian. I want to try some from Senegal. Yeah, jollof rice is like the original West African cuisine. So that's the thing. Like I mainly eat West African food. Like my kids grew up on West African food. So I don't eat a lot from like a lot of different like African cultures. Like I try to if it's available, but I'll try more. But I think when we grew up, it was just mainly like we ate Nigerian food. So like I said, my friend was Eritrean, so I had some of their food. And then Nigerians, we throw big parties, so a lot of people have had our food, and I like my food. Child, I like my food. Puerto Rican food is good though. I love the Puerto Rican food when we were in Puerto Rico. Their food is really good. Very, very good. I've had some Indian food. I haven't had have I had Dominican food? I don't think I've had Dominican food. Yeah. Yeah, Puerto Rican, like their rice, their food is so good. Haitian rice. Oh, I have had Haitian food when I was in Miami. Because when I be like in places like Miami, I try other cultures. I had Cuban food. Cuban food is good. I had that in Miami. The Haitian food, it was in the hood in Miami, very good. But y'all got that hot ass sauce. And he was like, because I was asking him, I said, because I don't do spicy. Everybody knows that. So he was like, oh, you could just, I said, nah, just whatever spice y'all got, put it to the side. Thank God I told him put it to the side. That damn sauce was so hot. Whew. But the Haitian food was good. Yes, I did have mofongo. Mofongo is so good. That was my first time having mofongo. It's so good. I really want to go back to Puerto Rico just to get some mofongo and some paella. I loved it. I really did. Trinidadian food. I haven't tried Trinidadian food. Yeah, I think when I go back out to the East Coast, I'm gonna try some Ethiopian food. I mean, we got some. I guess I don't even have to go to the DC. There's Ethiopian restaurants here. I know a few of my friends who've gone to Ethiopian restaurants. They say they like it. My thing is like, even with the one thing I remember about the Eritrean food, the injera, I'm not a big fan of the injera. It's like a bit too spongy for me. You know what I mean? Like y'all eat a lot of y'all food, like how we eat our fufu, but I didn't really like the injera. But they also use a French bread. I liked the French bread. So I was able to eat it with the French bread. It was, I think for me, the injera takes a bit of getting used to. Ooh, that scared me. It takes a bit of getting used to. But then it might have been how they made the injera. But it was just way too spongy. But I liked it the French bread. Yeah. But I'm going to have to try some. Because from what Keith Lee was showing, it looked really good. I've had Jamaican food. Jamaican food is good. I've had Jamaican food. That stuff be spicy. But yeah. Somebody says soul food or nothing. Yeah, soul food is good too. I've had that. I didn't eat soul food until I was in high school. I was in cooking class, and so they had like soul food day. So that's when I first had soul food. I'm pescatarian. Yeah, I'm pescatarian now. I'm no longer vegetarian. Pescatarian. Yep, I switched up a few years ago. So the most I'll eat is like fishes. That's about it. But I don't eat chicken or beef. So the most I'll have is like seafood stuff. Gambian jollof rice. I didn't know Gambian people ate jollof rice as well. That's interesting. I'm going to have to try some of that. Yeah, I mean, I like soul food now. Like, I like macaroni and cheese, collard greens, sweet potatoes. Like, I know how to make soul food now. Like, I know how to make soul food. I make, like, really good soul food. But, like, growing up, we didn't eat. Like, we mainly just had Nigerian food. The only time I had American food was during lunch. And so I grew up in Minnesota, so our lunches were, like, chicken patty on a bun. Y'all run them dead chicken patties. Don't judge me. So we didn't have a lot of, like, soul food in Minnesota, right? It was, like, chicken patties, fries, stuff like that. But, like, when we were home, we only ate Nigerian food growing up. So I didn't really have soul food until, like, we had that. It was, like, soul food day in home economics. So that was, like, my first time, like, actually eating soul food. It was good. So ever since then, I liked it. Mm-hmm. Hell yeah, them chicken patties used to be on hit. School lunch, struggle lunches. Now the lunches that y'all have now are trash. I'd be like, what the hell are they feeding these kids? I used to see my son's school lunch. I'm like, nah, here goes some money. Go feed yourself real food. The school lunches now are just really bad. Okay, so anyways, back to Keith Lee. So there's some DC rapper child. He's not threatening Keith Lee's life because he's mad about the review. And you know, the internet, they ended up basically putting 2 and 2 together. They did a reverse Google search and found the restaurant with the food with all the, y'all called it mumbo sauce. So the restaurant that had the mumbo sauce food, the internet Googled it and people started bombing them with horrible reviews, cussing them out, saying that the mumbo sauce, which I didn't know that's what it was called, they said it looked like throw up. So they were giving them all types of horrible reviews on Yelp and on Google. So this rapper, I think his name is somebody Glizzy, never heard of him. I guess the DC people know him. But he woke up this morning and chose violence. He wanted to fight Keith Lee. He was talking about wanting to see him in real life. Just angry for no reason. This is unbelievable. Hold on. Let me find the... Where's my... Okay, here it is on... Yeah, like he's just been going off on Keith Lee. Let me share my screen real quick here. His name is Ant Glizzy. He says, tell Keith Lee to show his location when he come back. I'm going to review his life. 100. You're going to review his life? Really? Then he says, F Keith Lee. Then he says, Keith Lee rate this ass whooping 1 out of 10. And I guess this was Keith Lee losing one of his kickboxing or his MMA matches. Then he says, I'll slap the shit out of Keith Lee. So now let's watch the video of this lunatic.
Start over my morning PSAs. Y'all know Keith Lee, the little food tester dude, been in the city and shit. So he just walking around here talking about he ain't post DC too much. He did 15 videos because the food ain't look too good. That's that and the third. Bro, I was your friend at first, but like, bro, you a geek now. You becoming the norm, bro. When you come to a person's city, you tap in with a big name in that city, and that big name gonna take you to the good restaurants, bro. You keep walking around asking random people, doing goofy, trying to make DC look wild, like we just goofy, the food we goofy. No, bro, you don't even know what you doing, bro. Like, come on, bro, chill out, bro. Find real live. Keith Lee, you come back here, I'm gonna have the whole city rob you. Like, chill out. Since Keith Lee want to do reviews, y'all, somebody take his ass over to jail and give him one of them trays. And I want to see him stand on that unit and get that shit a 1 out of 10. Tell Keith Lee we don't need him. Tell Keith Lee we don't need him. Tell him come see Bob. Yeah. Come get it for 10 out of 10. I'm finna struggle.
Okay, child. So now let me go ahead. Let me see here. Keith Lee. Okay, so he was basically saying that Keith Lee's picture was cap. He got that picture off of Google. I'm sorry, but this picture looks disgusting. This food looks gross. Oh my gosh, I've never heard of mumbo sauce. Okay, I guess. So he's saying that he took it off of Google. Then Keith Lee ends up like posting some type of apology. Let me see if I can find it real quick here. He posts some type of apology to the restaurant.
Someone put a hit out on Keith.
Not somebody putting a hit on Keith Lee. This is insane. All that over a food review. Y'all need to leave Keith Lee alone. I'm trying to find where he did the damn. Hold on. Where did the food review go? He had left a message to the restaurant owner after the restaurant owner was attacked. So let me see if I can find it here. You know what? It might be an old boy's video. I think that's why I saw it. Yeah, it was. This is kind of hard to read. I had it on another screen. I don't know where it went.
By the next couple of days. I appreciate it.
Let me see.
Let's try it. Right?
Keith Lee.
Yeah, he has it on the thing, but I'm not like I had it pulled up. I don't know where the damn apology went. It's too small. Let me show you. It's too small for me to read, but if y'all can find it, I can try and read, but it's kind of small though. Let me see if I can zoom in. Yeah, it's too small for me to read it. But he posted it, and he's saying here he got caught in a lie, so he had to respond. Somebody tell him places been closed for months. So once again, it's like Keith Lee can't have his opinion without people getting in their feelings. I think this rapper, I don't know who he is. I think he's just looking for attention at this point. You know, he's trying to get on Keith Lee's radar. Keith Lee doesn't need to check in with you. Keith Lee's not a rapper. He literally goes around different cities. He tastes his food and he does the Keith Lee effect. Why would he check in with a random rapper? That doesn't make any sense. You know, at the end of the day, people need to let Keith Lee do his job. Even if he doesn't like something, if he's not feeling it. And I think it's kind of sad that he can't even leave a bad review because people will show out. They'll go to those restaurants. They'll leave horrible reviews, you know, send the restaurants death threats. So Keith Lee doesn't want to, you know, be responsible for that because we all saw what happened in Atlanta when he had called out those restaurants for their horrible service. They got horrible reviews. People were cussing out the restaurants. They were calling the restaurants, trolling them. So Keith Lee doesn't want to put out that negativity. So that's why he didn't mention any of these restaurants' names. But of course, the internet being super sleuths, they were able to, you know, Google search the images and find out that that was that restaurant. So Keith Lee did come back and say something, you know, about the whole situation. But y'all will have to just go ahead and like research that. So let me just read these last few super chats. I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here. Let me see here. Love XT says, hey, Lovelyti, finally caught alive. Sending you my first super chat. Just letting you know you've got a few Papua New Guinea fans. Sending love from Sydney, Australia. Wow. Thank you so much for checking in. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, Love X. Wow, Papua New Guinea. You never know who you touch and who's watching you, so thank you. Yvette says, hey T, have you heard about the Blake Lively? And it ended with us drama on the glamorization of DV. No, I have to look into that. I've been really busy like all week just preparing for stuff for this party. So I have been really busy and I have to fly out of town soon as well. So I haven't really been keeping up with some of the stuff on social media, but I'll definitely look it up. So thank you. Io Dioa? Hopefully I said it right. Io Dioa says, yes, Eritrean food and Ethiopian food is the same. Okay, perfect. Thank you for letting me know because I've always wondered, if their food was very similar. So thank you. Mucho Dinera says, thank you for going live because this was a great belated birthday gift last Friday. Just know I love and appreciate everything you do and you look gorgeous as always. Thank you so much for the super chat, sis, and happy belated birthday to you. So thank you for checking in. I'm glad you left that ex with all them damn kids, okay? So thank you, sis. Stacy sent 199 says, Trinidad and Tobago has very tasty food. Nice. I'm going to have to try some. See, you guys are on the East Coast. I noticed like a lot of East Coast people, like especially like New York, y'all have food from every ethnicity, which is nice. Or like Florida, y'all have a lot of food from like the Caribbeans. But I'm in the Midwest. All we have here is cheese. I'm just playing. We got like a lot of like Latin food, like, Hispanic, Mexicans. We have like, we're starting to get more Caribbean stuff, more African restaurants. But a lot of stuff here is like, like the Midwest, burgers and fries, stuff like that. Cowboy Jacks, things like that. But that's why when I try and go out to like other areas, like especially when I'm like down south or like on the East Coast, I try and eat things that I can't get in the Midwest, that I can't get in Minnesota. So I'm never going to be, in Miami at McDonald's. Like for what? Now, I'm not going to lie. When I went to Baltimore, now, I don't know, like, y'all's crabs are weird. Like, y'all's seafood, I don't like it. Like, it was some type of crab cake. I didn't like it. And the restaurant was highly rated. Y'all's clam chowder, I didn't like it. Y'all put Old Bay on everything. Now, I don't know if there's a difference between, like, how the white people cook their seafood versus the black folks. I think this was more like a white restaurant I went to. But the Old Bay with the big crackers... And I love clam chowder soup. I did not like it. It was really salty. The crab cake, it was just like a lump crab cake. I didn't like it. So I don't know what's going on with Baltimore. I was like, what in the Old Bay's going on here? And then y'all do like the whole crab. Like, I think they're Dungeness. We got like crack it on the head or something. Where is the crab legs? That's what I was expecting when I went to Baltimore. It was like they had whole crabs or lump crabs. I ain't like it. It was like a restaurant. I'm gonna have to I have to go back through like my Google Map. It was like a restaurant. It was like by the water. I drove through the hood. Like I drove like through the hood of Baltimore, and then I ended up by some restaurant by the water. So I was like, "Ooh, this looks safe." And I ate there, but the food was not good. I did not like it at all. I was so disappointed. But they said a lot of DMV food is just not that good. Like even people from DC were saying that DC does not have good food. So I thought because Baltimore is by the water that y'all would have like, but I've had better seafood in Atlanta. So I was very surprised. Because I just knew it was going to be really good. It's like everything was just seasoned with a bunch of Old Bay. I didn't like it. What did I eat in Cali? Oh, now Cali has a lot of Mexican food. Like I like a lot of their Mexican food, like very authentic. Everything in Cali, a lot of avocados, a lot of healthy stuff. So like a lot of vegan options. Poke bowls. I first had those in Cali. I love poke bowls now. So like poke bowls are really good. That was my first time having them was out in California. Sushi's big out there. So they have like a lot of healthy stuff in Cali. A lot of like the Mexicans, they have food trucks. I like the fact that you can always go to like a food truck. And they always like, they have a lot of fresh fruit. So that's one thing I would like. That's one thing I miss about Cali. You could be driving and there'll be like a Mexican with like a fruit truck, and you could just go get fresh fruit. They'll put lime juice on there. They put some of that like spicy seasoning on there, and it was good. So I liked a lot of their fresh mangoes, watermelons. Me and my youngest son were talking about that because when we lived in the valley, he used to go to Lanark during the summertime, like the summer program. And so we went to a quince this past weekend. One of his really good friends, his little sister, she turned 15. So we're at their quince, and they had like authentic Mexican candy, and he kept saying it reminded him of LA. He's like, I used to eat all this in LA. Like they had the caramel with the spoons, and we haven't had that since we left LA. They had the limonon. They had like a bunch of like the elotos, like the little corn candies. So like all the candy they had at this quince reminded him of all the candy he used to have at Lanark when we lived in the valley. So that's one thing I loved about LA. Like you could always get like a lot of fresh fruit, and you just be driving and there'll be somebody out there. Is that the chimona sauce? The spicy mangoes? Somebody out there with fresh corn, like that's one thing I loved. So, but there's starting to be more food trucks in Minnesota. So every now and then I'll see a food truck, I'll see what they got, shaking or whatever. But LA, that's one thing I did like. They always had like food trucks. And I love the mangoes. I remember the cups of mangoes, and they would just hook it up with they put lime on everything out there. So now I like lime. Before I didn't used to eat lime like that, but living in LA, like I put lime on everything. Like when I make like my seafood tacos, I put lime on everything. So yeah, I miss LA a little bit. Somebody said they don't be washing their hands. Child, I just pray about it. I just pray about it like, oh, Lord, let this food be safe, child. I ain't been sick yet. But I know some people do not like eating stuff from food trucks because they say they don't. But, I just pray about it. That's all I can do. But the ones the ones I've went to, they seem clean. So I don't know. AG said LA's on my bucket list. Girl, pick another spot to be on your bucket list. The LA I'm talking about is the LA of 2017 and later. The LA of 2024, you do not want to go to LA. I haven't been to LA in 2 years. I'm cool. I get invited out to LA every year. I'm cool. LA's gotten really bad. Super expensive. The homelessness is horrible out there. Even Santa Monica. Like, I'm shocked when I look at videos of Santa Monica. I can't believe half the stuff is shut down. There's a bunch of like crackheads, dope fiends everywhere. They're doing drugs openly in Santa Monica. I used to like drive to Santa Monica Park and just walk alongside the beach and just listen to the waves. Y'all know I'm not getting in the water, but I'd walk alongside, get my, toes wet. That's about it. So yeah, it's crazy. Like LA's gotten really bad. And a lot of people like that I used to know when I lived in LA, a lot of them have left LA. They've all moved to like Vegas or they moved down to Texas. So a lot of people don't even live in LA. So like if you're going to LA, it's not going to be the LA of yesteryear, unfortunately. It's that bad now. But I still love like all the people that I met out there and the relationships I built out there. But yeah, it's not the same. It's gotten really bad. Yeah. So you might want to go somewhere else on your bucket list. Yeah, LA's gotten, because like I said, the last time I went out there, remember I told y'all them homeless people, they was like plotting on me. I grabbed all my shit and went back in the car and went and got me a hotel. I was like, fuck this Airbnb, and got my refund. I was like, I'm cool. Especially downtown LA. Even when I went to the Valley out there in Canoga Park, and even that's changed a lot too. The Valley has changed a lot. So it was kind of sad. You remember that? When them homeless people was trying to like come after me? And people thought I was over-exaggerating, like, oh, you're being mean. They're called the unhoused. I don't give a damn what you call them. At the end of the day, just because you're homeless don't make you innocent. And a week later, remember that lady from the Olympics? She got hit in the face with that homeless man threw that damn whatever he threw at her and just fucked up her whole face. She could have lost her eye. But y'all want to act like because somebody's homeless, that makes them a saint. Absolutely not. Y'all better use your common sense and discernment. I said something don't feel right, I'm out. And I'm glad I left. Y'all remember that I posted that I had to cuss out the Airbnb? Get my refund? I ain't been back to LA since then. I still had PTSD from the unhoused. They would chase you. Like when you would go, like when I would go down there, if you have like an audition, you know, you're walking and you're trying to get to your audition and they just jump out. And, you know, there's many times I would just be running because they can push you in the middle of the street because some of them be schizophrenic. I'm not saying everyone, but a lot of them have issues. They'll try and push people in front of cars and stuff. So I don't play with the, whatever y'all want to call them. I still call them homeless. I'm a child of the 90s. I don't play with homeless people. I don't know what unhoused. I don't play. LA gave me PTSD. I'm sorry. Maybe laid out, I walk across the street. I don't play. Because we used to get chased. We used to get straight up chased. So I had PTSD from living in LA. They will chase your ass. They will cuss you out. You will be walking by minding your own business. They will call you everything but a child of God. So I don't. Yes, drugs and mental illness. It's something. Yeah, that's what they said. That's not my term, but people were cussing me out saying that I'm wrong for saying the word homeless. I need to use the word unhoused. I said, see, this is what y'all not gonna do. Y'all try to be the word police. Okay? Homeless, unhoused, they still don't have a home. So so what is the difference? They need help. They need a shelter. They need mental health, you know what I'm saying, facilities to help them. Because you have a lot of people who are just falling under hard circumstances. So I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the ones that are schizo. And the thing is, you're not going to know until you walk by and they start chasing you and going off. The ones, there be a lot of them that just be cool. They mind their own business. But they be a lot of schizo ones too. And you really can't tell until the last minute. So when I'm in LA, I just, you know, as soon as I even get a sense that a bunch are coming near me, I got to go. I'm traumatized. So it's sad. It's really sad. But it's gotten really bad in LA. It's gotten really bad, unfortunately. Yeah, folks be trying to be the word police. Be the word police elsewhere, bitch. I'm going to talk whatever comes to my mind. I don't know what to tell y'all. I grew up with the word homeless. That's what we call them. All this new stuff, all this politically correct stuff y'all be saying, it doesn't change the fact that that person does not have a home. So, but yeah, it's sad. Somebody said the homelessness in NYC has increased since Mayor Eric Adams. Well, that and the fact they're busing, you know, a lot of the people from the border to New York, too. That's what's kind of increased it in New York and in Chicago, unfortunately. So, somebody said downtown LA is the worst. I got chased by a homeless man last December. Thank you, Bunny TV. I'm not lying. The people are in the comments confirming this. They will chase you. Like I still have PTSD. Like even in Minnesota, the homelessness has gotten bad up here too. Like you'll see a lot of homeless people. And Minnesota is cold. And they still be out there. But now they like built whole campgrounds. They be starting fires. So I don't know. It's changed. There's a new group of homeless. They'll start fires in the middle of the South Side. It's like, well, damn. I didn't know y'all could be just out here starting fires. But yeah, like even now in Minnesota, if I'm walking, I cross the street just because I had PTSD from LA. Because they will chase you. And don't care. It's really scary. ATL is bad. It was crazy. Yeah, ATL's gotten real bad too. I remember I was in Midtown. And you know, Midtown is nice. Homeless people just sleeping in front of my friend's apartment complex. I said, well, when did this start? He said they got there like in this, just knocked out in Midtown. In the nice part, just knocked out right in front of their apartment. Like 3 homeless people. I'm like, damn, it's gotten that bad too in Atlanta. I was shocked. Just camped out. It's getting bad for a lot of people. I mean, think about it. The apartments are rising in price. Mortgages. You know, so again, I'm not talking about everybody who's homeless because some people are really falling on hard times because they can't afford rent anymore. It's so high. You know what I'm saying? So it's really sad to see that. In places that you would never see people. Like usually like the homeless population was kept like, you know, like near the outskirts of downtown, Skid Row type areas. Now they're like in just regular normal areas now. It's really sad, but that just goes to show you how bad everything is right now in the economy. That's why you got to thank God every day. You know, even if you hate your job, even if you're not where you feel like you should be in life, you still got to thank God every day that you have a source of income coming in and that you're at least able to maintain and keep a roof over your head. Even if you have to roommate with somebody, even if you have to live with somebody, even if you're living with your mama, you know what I mean? Just thank God you still have a roof over your head, because it could be a lot worse. Because you have some people who are out here who don't have a choice, unfortunately. So it's really sad. It's really sad. So definitely be grateful. So I'm not saying that to knock anybody, because I understand people fall on hard times. I'm just talking about the ones that are schizo who be trying to hurt people. Because you have some out here who really be hurting people. They will throw feces at you, you know, all types of stuff. So you just have to be careful. You know what I'm saying? It's sad. It's really sad. So you guys, I'm about to go ahead and get up out of here. So thank you guys so much for tuning in today. This was a great stream. I was only supposed to be on here for an hour, and it's turned into a 2-hour stream, but we talked about a lot of really good stuff. Had a lot of good dialogue. So again, I appreciate you guys for coming. I know the stream was kind of last minute, but after I watched that Cam Newton interview, I had to come on here and talk about it and give my opinion. So I appreciate y'all for tuning in. So I'm going to go ahead and get ready to log off here. So thank you guys once again for watching. Love you guys. Have a good night.